Well, it's kind of funny you say that, Ron, because some of that is true, that it's actually a weather folklore that if you are to get thunder, typically it means you're in a warm pattern, which means within 10 to 14 days, a cold pattern will then take over. So there's some truth to that, a bit of lore, if you will, to that kind of a saying there for your comment. All right, hello everyone. I'm wave meteorologist Brian Good. Happy Tuesday. We are a week away from Christmas Eve. Isn't that terrifying in a way? It just seems like it. First off, it should be snowing, and snow should be on the ground at this point. It's getting a little frustrating. But yeah, it's just the amount of stuff that, at least on my list, still got to take care of. It just feels like it's all overwhelming, right? So I hope you guys are doing well on your list of everything you need to take care of as we get into the holiday season. No matter what your plans are, I hope that you're being safe out there and try to be nice to each other, especially in the shopping malls. That's always a stressful time, right? All right, let's get right to the snowboard. I'll quit rambling. You know what? Not a whole lot has changed on this. Shocker. It still looks like a light mix to flurries, or it could be snow showers. This is going to be on Friday. I'll explain that scenario. And then that clipper that's just like the past 3 or 4 have been, it's the second clipper that is roll silent. It doesn't even show up in a lot of the modeling until the last minute, and then boom, there it is. It's starting to do that for the one on Saturday. So that one may end up being the lead one. Yes, it did take out the chance for a rain snow mix for Christmas, although some of the models still today do have flakes flying Christmas morning. But there's not a lot of support for it. And if it were that, it would be with temperatures in the 40s. So it would be a nothing burger, as the kids say today. Okay, so let's get right into the setup. First off, it is beautiful out there. Nice to get the sun back. I think yesterday put everyone in kind of a grumpy mood, right? All the rain that we had, more than an inch in several areas, more than 3/4 in most. And we get a one-day break, and we're about to do this again with another round of rain and even some thunder. And this time around, it will likely be tomorrow morning that will face that. But right now, we are on the cool side. It's not bad. I mean, these are typical highs for this time of the year, and to have it at near 10 o'clock in the morning, not too shabby. 43 in Louisville now. We'll have a new update on the numbers within about less than a minute. Probably will jump into the upper 40s, I would assume, as we'll get into the mid 50s, maybe upper 50s later today. So actually a really, really nice day today. Light wind, just some high level clouds flying on by. Not bad. We'll take it. Here's at least some proof of that. Now, ignore the radar little blips there. There's nothing there to worry about. But high level clouds, again, kind of streaming down the back side of the front. That has now settled way down to the south. Thank goodness, after giving us the rain, it's now regrouping, though, across the deep south at the moment, because another wave is moving in and is trying to, you already see the rain here in Arkansas. You notice the last couple of frames, the last 2 or 3, a little bit of a jog north. And that is that north wind, or the south wind, ramping up as that low pressure is going to be developing very close to Little Rock and is going to aim quickly across Tennessee and Kentucky as we get into early tomorrow morning. This is a very quick hitting system. This is not like yesterday where it was an all-day event we had to track. This is only for just a few hours, really early in the morning hours, likely before the sun comes up, and then we're done with this for the rest of the day. So if you have any plans tomorrow, appointments or errands you need to run tomorrow, and you're worried about being like yesterday, a waterlogged day, that's not going to be the case. So I can ease your mind there. But tomorrow morning, just when school is trying to get in session, everyone's heading out, yeah, we may have some issues. So we'll be monitoring the trends on that today. There is actually a low and severe risk. It's on the charts, not for here, but not too far away, close to Nashville and points south and west, basically along where the low pressure is going to develop here into Arkansas. It's along its path in the southeast section. There's a brief isolated tornado threat that may develop later this afternoon, really overnight tonight. But that's going to stay to our south. The nocturnal timing will be in our favor in the track, preventing any issues here. But let me show you what it looks like on Futurecast, because there's a couple of things that we still have to resolve about this. First off, today, easy, no problems, mid upper 50s. As I mentioned, we're in good shape. Now, the rain will actually start to push in not too long after midnight. We get to about 2 or 3 o'clock, we're going to have the very beginnings of these downpours rolling in. And when you look at this Futurecast, I don't know about you guys, if you're looking at this, but this looks like a thunderstorm setup, doesn't it? Like a little spring. And some of this will indeed be heavy rain and some lightning and thunder Could even roll out a warning or two that's ongoing still in far northwest areas of Tennessee. Now, the low is going to track very close to central Kentucky and then zip in a northeast line just like this into West Virginia. However, there's still a fluctuation of about 1 or 2 rows of counties either side of that track. Why does that matter? Well, it will on whether or not we end up with very heavy rainfall. I'm talking about more than an inch in about a 90-minute window, if not even less amount of time. And a lot of lightning and some gusty winds. Nothing on the severe side, but just certainly will be a gully washer type of setup that moves in. But if that track is more south, then all we're going to get, especially in Louisville and Southern Indiana, will be just some lighter showers. Your heavier rain will be focused along the parkways. But again, that track is key on this. This particular model really pushes that line and the track of the low very close to the Louisville Metro. I mean, right up on us. As we head into a bad time, about 6:30 in the morning. So there's some models that do actually keep it a little more south. And again, down, I would say, Hardin County and point south, some even further south than that. Let us work through those finer details today and see if that wobbling will settle down. If it looks like there's going to be some issues tomorrow morning, either Kevin or Tawana will likely flag an alert day just for the morning drive tomorrow to make sure you guys are aware of that. But right now, I don't think we have enough data to do that. So just something to watch as that rolls on through. And again, we're not worried about severe weather, just a batch of very heavy rain and an early morning wake-up call for a lot of us. But notice, because it moves so fast, it just takes all the rain with it to where we end up with a quieter afternoon. And then another issue we'll have to watch will be Thursday morning is widespread fog that could develop and could be a few cases of freezing fog that may develop on some bridges and overpasses, something I'll be watching on Thursday. And then we'll get into the Clipper talk later on. All right. So here is, actually, let's get to it now. I mean, just roll right along. Here is the Clipper. You saw the little spin. Majority of it, yes, as most Clippers. Most of the moisture is on the northern side of it. So with it tracking from Illinois down to about Louisville or southeast Indiana, there's no doubt the better moisture with this is going to be on its northern side. But it is tracking at least toward us. So I think we may end up with a light rain snow type setup or drizzle flurries. And it could go to light snow as we into Friday night and early on Saturday. Not too concerned about this one. I really am not. It's not really a favorable track for a lot of wow with this one. But that second one, the sneaky one, has a very similar look where they move across Illinois, Missouri, and then quickly race into the Ohio Valley with a little stripe of very light snow. This would be early on Saturday that this could take place. It's not, again, fully showing on the models, but the pattern would support it. So don't be surprised if that ends up getting a little bit more of a ramping up. And I would hold on to it because it's really the last chance of getting snowflakes in the area for a while, because as you guys know, we're going to get into a warmer pattern, right? So as we head toward Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, there is a weak low that is in the area that is, sorry, I'm trying not to sneeze. You ever had that moment where you just real close to sneezing, my eyes are watering, but I don't want to sneeze. Not going to do it. Okay, I'm going to resist. Whew, that was tough. Okay, here's the system for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Light rain, and again, just marginal cold air, what we like to call stale Canadian air. That's why sometimes the models are going to show like a snowflake or raindrop mixed in. I'm not worried about that for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but I do think it will keep the numbers from going too wild on warming up. I think it'll stay generally in the 40s, but as soon as that system is gone, yeah, okay, here we go. We could even talk about 70 degrees as we head toward New Year's Eve. Will it last? Well, when you look at the polar vortex, it certainly is locked up. This is what a strong polar vortex looks like. It looks like a giant eyeball staring at you right back at the North Pole. But maybe it's fitting. Maybe it needs to be there because Santa's there, right? So that makes sense. But because it locks up and is a strong signal, then, yeah, the warm Pacific air, you can even see it just flows right over the United States and keeps us warm. So my question, will it stay like this? Easy answer that I'm able to find so far is no. So when does it flip back? Well, that's something that we'll be talking about a little bit later on this week. There's your teaser. All right, let's get right into the 10-day. And let me know if you have any questions on that. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? We got the rain and thunder early tomorrow, okay? And then we'll watch these clippers as we head into Friday and Saturday. I hope you snow lovers get something out of that. And then next week, a bit of rain, but nothing too excessive on the stormy side. So if you're worried about holiday travel next week, I don't see anything big coming our way. Just a minor inconvenience, right? And there you go. Yeah, no, we're watching to see how that game's going to play out, especially with a good lake effect set up. So, Adam, it could be interesting. Could be interesting. Get a good, nice little fetch there with some snow. Let's see. I hope it's not too bad in the rush hour. I hope not either. Right now, we're thinking it may just be the 5 or 6 o'clock hour. But again, if we see that signal intensify a bit more, that it's going to be very heavy rain and lightning and thunder, yeah, that's just going to be a mess, right? You'll know because we'll be flagging it as an alert day. But we don't have enough data yet for that, but we're working on it. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to go look at some of that data and see what's going on. And I will see you guys coming up on midday at 11 o'clock. I hope you guys are staying safe. Enjoy the beautiful sunshine out there today. It's gorgeous out, right? You know what's coming tomorrow. See you later.